Well, hello again, Argonaut fans, and welcome to this week's edition of the Argonaut Weekly here at GoArgos.com. Rob Walden, along with Matt Rowley, here to recap the week in UWF Athletics. And Matt, it was another very successful week. Let's start with men's golf. The Argonauts hosted the Argonaut Invitational over at Pensacola Country Club, had a loaded field coming to Pensacola, but captured their second team championship of the spring season and their third of this 2010-2011 season overall. Great week for Coach Steve Feld's club.
That's right. The Argonauts won the field. There are 14 teams in town here down at Pensacola Country Club. Faced some rough weather on the first day, but second day was beautiful, and the Argonauts had a great performance all around. They had 8 players playing, 3 were individuals, and all showed a lot out there at the tournament. It was Ryan Black, who was actually the top overall finisher for the Argonauts, but he was playing as an individual. But great performances from the whole lineup, from Blake Olson, Otto Bonning, Thomas Gustav Peterson, all the way top down. The Argonauts did well in that one to come away with the win.
Women's golf last week captured the Ann Rhodes Invitational, their first tournament championship of the spring, and a nice rebound for them after finishing 12th in their first tournament.
That's right. The Argonauts trying to turn things around here as they've got a few more tournaments left to go. They will be looking to repeat again as Gulf South Conference champions for the 6th straight year, so they've got a lot to prepare for the next couple weeks.
Last week, men's and women's tennis was coming off a very rough week, a combined 1-5, but against very stiff competition. Valdosta State teams ranked nationally in the top 5. This week, both clubs went 2-0, just what the doctor ordered on Thursday, both teams sweeping William Carey. And then on Sunday, the women got a conference victory over West Georgia, and the men took down Division I Nicholls State. Nice to see Derek Racine's club get back on the right track.
That's right. The West Georgia win for the women's team was a dominant performance, losing just 2 games in the whole match. And then on the men's side, it's always a feather in your cap to pick up a win over a Division I opponent.
Sure.
Against Nicholls State. And the Argonauts men's team having some injury issues, but still able to.
Leandro Ferreira missing the Nicholls State match.
That's right, and they've been without Kevin Ducros for a good bit too. So an impressive performance there from the men.
Baseball had probably the roughest week of the season so far. 2 midweek games against North Georgia. They dropped both of those. Did rebound to take 2 of 3 from Valdosta State in the GSE opener.
That's right. The Argonauts really faced their first tough stretch of the year, going on the road for 5 games in a week. North Georgia, a very strong team, sure. Protected the home field there and sent the Argonauts home with a couple of losses, but UWF was able to rebound and pick up the series win against Valdosta State. Valdosta off to a tough start this year, but always a competitive team, last year's GSE champions.
And then softball also faced Valdosta State, a doubleheader that got pushed back to Sunday because of rain. Didn't seem like it affected the Argonauts' focus at all. They did lose the opener 4-0, but rallied to win the second game 4-3. Clutch hitting by Tiffany Duncan, Kaylee Kanya, and a great pitching performance by Ashley McLean.
That's right. The Argonauts in their first GSE games of the year, it's facing the number 2 team in the country. It's hard to imagine they could have swept, but that was a very positive way to start the season.
So as you can tell, a very busy week here at UWF. We've still got lots of interviews and highlights to come. We'll talk to Natalia Espinoza, assistant women's golf coach, about their victory at the Ann Rhodes Invitational. We'll talk to head softball coach Tammy Sear about the split with number 2 Valdosta State. We'll also talk to assistant baseball coach Shane Gerke as the Diamond 9 came off of perhaps their toughest week of the season. Also highlights from both softball games against Valdosta State. That and more coming up on the Argonaut Weekly right here at GoArgos.com.